I'd like to say, Chris, first of all, welcome to Stockton.
Here.
We're so excited, not only Maurice, but you, Chris, are first timers at Stockton.
Uh-huh.
And Chris Dart is the Bon Odori sensei at the Oregon Buddhist Temple. She's had a deep connection to Japanese culture since 1959. Over the many years of dance, she transitioned from dancer to teacher. And you can read all about this in her bio. There's a lot more. In addition, Chris has dedicated herself to preserving and expanding the tradition of Bon Odori, filming and documenting 71 dances taught by her sensei. So, Chris, we are so thrilled to have you. And would you like to give a short introduction of what you'll be doing?
I'd love to. Let me get my piece of paper. I'm one of those I cannot function without notes.
That's
At least
fine.
it's not yellow stickies. So, Bon Odori is the dance that we do. It's a type of dance. So you've got kabuki, then you've got buyo, and then you've got Bon Odori. Bon Odori is the folk song type of dance. And it's far more casual. The idea is we dance it at Obon in memory of people. Obon's kind of like a big memorial service. We dance it in memory of people who have died. So the idea is that we have fun. We have the memories, we have fun, and we dance in joy. So the dances for Bon Odori, for Japanese dance, are made up of movements. So with Japanese dance, your feet are doing something and your hands are doing something. They work together as a pair. So it's more, in Japan, it's more of a cultural observance, but in the United States, because the immigrants from Japan met at the Buddhist temples, Bon Odori is usually conducted at the Jodoshinshu Buddhist temples. There's a whole bunch of stuff up on the Oregon Buddhist Temple website, so if you go up there, you go down the menu ribbon to the right, it says Obon Fest, and drop down a whole bunch of stuff. The list of 71, which keeps growing because I keep adding new dances, it's on the bottom of the drop down, and all of this stuff should be up in the teacher's resources. Okay, so I'm done talking. We're going to do some dancing. So anybody have any questions to begin with? All right.
I don't think so, but we'll let you know if they do.
So I'm sure a few steps into some of these dances there will be questions, but we'll start assuming everybody's good to go. The first dance, we're going to do two old dances, Tanko Bushi and Soran Bushi. Both of those have very definitive stories that they're telling, and you can see it in the movements, that like the digging of coal. Then we're going to do one called Hiroshima Ondo. This is from about the 1930s and was done in Hiroshima. Then they had the war, and then they brought it back in, I think, 2018. So it's another old dance. And then we're going to finish with Zumpa. And if we have time, we'll throw in another one, but I think by the time we do all the teaching, we'll be ready to quit at that point. All right, so Tanko Bushi, it became very popular right after World War II because the GIs loved this dance. They knew how they could figure out what the movements were because they didn't have any Japanese dance training. The movements are all about the coal miners, and they're digging, and they're throwing the coal, and they're wiping their brow, and the whole bit. But the song was sung by the girls, and there were girls working in the coal mines. So when they shoved the cart of coal up to the surface, and some were actually down in the mines, the girls would do all of the sorting. So this song is about a girl going to go meet her boyfriend after the moon comes up over the smokestacks. And they're going to have the relationship talk. So I don't think any of the GIs after World War II knew what the song was about. Okay, so this one starts out, all Japanese dances, pretty much I would say probably 98% of them, start with a cho-chon ga-chon, and that's a clap, clap, pause, clap. Okay? So this one is the same thing. Do 8 counts, and then you go cho-chon, ga-chon. And then it's dig, 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 throw, throw, back and wipe your brow, back and wipe your brow, push, push, cut, and cho-chon, ga-chon. You do the whole thing all over again. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to do it around, this is the center of the circle. So when you're dancing, when you're, the movement, the way you're going, that's called in the circle. When you turn towards the rug, you're facing into the circle. And when you go the opposite direction, you're facing outside the circle. Okay? So you'll hear that a lot. There's always movements going this way and that way. All right, so we'll start here. It's cho-chon, ga-chon, dig, 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 throw, throw, back and wipe, push, push, cut, and cho-chon, ga-chon. I'll go this direction. Dig, 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 throw, throw, back, back, push, push, cut, and cho-chon, ga-chon. Dig, 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 throw, throw, back, back, push, push, cut, and cho-chon, ga-chon. Dig, 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 throw, throw, back and wipe, push, push, cut, and cho-chon, ga-chon. Okay, shall we try it now to music? Any questions? If I got people totally confused, I know
No,
you guys
not
have
at
done
all.
this one before.
There are no questions. There are no questions.
Alrighty,
So
good deal. Okay, so I got my music right down here on my laptop. So let me get it going. Is that loud enough?
yes, I think so. are a couple of questions.
Okay.
So, I don't know if you want to look at chat or I can just ask you. There's a question
about her fist on the cut. Cut and cho-chon gachon. Was I doing a fist?
No, they were wondering about the rhythm.
Oh, the wind.
How would you
right.
how would you write out the rhythm? How would you write out the rhythm?
Okay, you're out about this far. So you're out maybe 3 feet between your hands?
Okay.
That makes sense? The thing to remember about Bon Odori is, as you noticed, we did a simple pattern that we kept repeating all the way around until the music stopped. Okay, so that's number one. Number two is the steps. The movements in the pattern are very simple because we have a lot of people that show up for Obon that they dance once a year or they've never danced before. The idea is with Bon Odori, you can pick it up and go for it and watch somebody next to you copy all their movements and dance and have fun.
And the other question is, you started before the singing. Do you want to show exactly where you would start?
Yeah. So you have an 8 count. So when the music starts, let me start the music one more time because actually I missed the start.
Oh, okay. I think that's, good.
I started a little bit earlier or later than I should have. Okay.
Okay, that's probably why that person has
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and cho-chon, gachon, dig, dig. So you start on the count.
Got it.
Does that make sense?
Yes. So yes, it is before the singing. You do one phrase before the singing. Oh.
Now, all of these are a little different, but generally you do like a count to begin with, and then you start in on the dancing.
Okay.
No matter what the music is or is not doing. Some of them, like the next one we do, Soran Bushi, follows the music exactly.
Okay, thank you. So
I think that's what was confusing. I think that's what was confusing people is that you did not start with the vocal, you started before that.
Yeah.
You start with the count.
Yes. That's clear.
Yeah. So I tried in the dance directions that I wrote to kind of let you know when you start. Because it's all different.
Yeah. Also, aren't there different pieces of music for this that they do? Because in my choir, the women sang a piece and I had to do the dance and it was a different music.
All of Japanese dancing, especially the old ones, have different dances that go with them, and they have different music. They have different lyrics.
Okay.
So you need to kind of, on all of this stuff, you need to kind of know the lyrics and then the dance and the whole business.
Great. Thank you. So let's move on.
Alrighty. The next one we're going to do is called Soran Bushi. It's another old one. I'll get back here so you can see my feet. It's about fishermen in Hokkaido. And this Tanko Bushi began as a work song. This one also began as a work song. So the fishermen would go out, or they'd be working on the shore, they'd moving the fish, whatever it is that they're doing, and they kind of come up with some music that goes along with it and go for it. So this particular one I'm going to teach you is called, when people say, which Soran Bushi are you doing? Because that question comes up a lot. I just tell them I'm doing the old one. That seems to answer the question. Okay, so this one starts out with, you follow the music, and the music starts out with a Yaren, Soran, 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 clap, clap. Okay, Yaren and Soran are kind of like heave-ho, or they don't really have any great meaning. They're just words that sounded good when the fishermen were doing their fisherman's thing. Okay, so the music will start out with a dum dum da dum 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 dum. Back to the cho-chon gachon. dum dum da dum 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 cho chung ga chung, and then you're rowing the boat, so it's yaren soran 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 soran. All right, your foot movements while you're rowing. You're stepping out with your right foot and bringing your left foot to join it. Right foot, left foot, right joins. Right foot, left joins. And you're rowing the boat out to the water someplace. All right, so then the next one, and again, I'm trying to stay, I've got the meeting on my TV so I can see where my feet are, because if you can't see the feet, we sort of have a problem. All righty, so sort of clap, clap, clap. Now the next movement also has the same feet activity. You're stepping right and then bringing your left to join it, stepping left, right, and right, left, left, right. The hand movements, you're pulling in the nets filled with fish. So you're right, 2, 3, 4, left, 2, 3, 4, scooping up the fish, 3, 4, and throwing them into a basket on your back. Left, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's do that from the beginning. Okay, so you've done the clap, 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 and then it starts in with the pulling in the nets part. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4. Does that make sense? And once you get to this part, I need to point out that the fishermen in Japan would wear a big round basket on their backs with straps that come down here. And so when they're scooping up the fish, they're throwing them into this basket. Okay, so the next movement kind of is tied into this business with the basket and the fish. Now you've got these fish, and at the end of the last scoop, there's an and you grab onto the straps of the basket. And then you're going to walk down a pier that's moving back and forth with the basket of squirming herring on your back that are all jumping around. So you're going to do this kind of topsy-turvy sort of a walk. So you step, left, tap, right, step, right, tap, left, step, 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 and you're about ready to fall over, so plant your foot. Okay? So let's try that again. So, and you grab onto your basket straps. Left, tap, right, tap, left, right, left, and down. And then you'll hear the term doko isho. Doko isho is kind of like a thank goodness I'm done with that. So it's you go back and you go doko isho. Doko isho. Wipe your brow. Turn to the outside and back to the cho-chon ga-chon. So you do cho-chon ga-chon. Okay, so let's do that walk again. And left, tap, right, tap, left, right, left, and down. Doko isho, doko isho. Cho-chon ga-chon. Dum, dum, da-dum. You're back to the music. Dum, dum, da-dum. Yaren soran 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 soran, and then you're pulling in the nets, scoop and throw, and left tap, right tap, left right left, and down. Doko isho, doko isho. Gotcha. Dum 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 dum. Okay, should I walk around in the square? You can see it from the different angles. Okay,
Yeah.
Start with the dum 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 dum. Then you're yaren soran 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 soran. Clap pull in the nets, then you scoop up the fish, and left tap, right tap, left, and down. Don't go show. Jump, back, jump. Dum. Roll again. Soran. Then you pull in the nets, and you scoop up the fish. And left tap, right tap, left, and down. Don't go show. That make sense? Y'all ready to be fishermen? When I first started dancing at the temple, Sahomi brought this dance in, I think the second or third year that she was here. And the ladies didn't like it because it wasn't very feminine. They thought it was too masculine a dance for us to do. We fixed that. We're doing it. So, okay. Turn on the music and let's get going. You'll hear all of this in the music.
Chris, one quick question.
Yes.
Can you clarify which foot you start with on the second half? You said left, but you did it with the right one. So just to clarify.
Okay. It's you start and left tap, right tap, and then you step left, step right, step left, and just about fall over. Oops, I am. And then you plant your foot. That make sense?
Thank you.
Okay. All right. You ready? You got your basket? You ready to go? All right. Get the fish, pull it in the net, scoop, and right, left, tap, sorry, left, right, left, and don't go show. Dum 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 dum. Yarim soran 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 soran. Scoop, 2, 3, and left tap, right tap, left, and down. Don't go show. And down. Don't go show.
Okay, so now we're going to cook the fish, right?
Not in my kitchen.
So
Means I actually got to dig everything out and then put it back in the dishwasher when I'm done, you know?
so there is a discussion in the chat. And
Yes.
Cricket did answer the question, but for those of you not watching chat, we're going to ask Chris. So the syllables that you use when you're doing the claps, Cho Chong, if you could just tell us a little bit about that. What are the syllables that you're saying?
Okay, so the cho chong got chong.
That's
okay. Chong means clap. So you're saying clap, clap, pause, clap.
Oh.
But in the Japanese language, even though the first word should be chon, it's not, because it doesn't sound very good to say chon, chon, chon. So the first word then becomes cho.
Just it's because it's somewhat informal speech.
So yeah, so and as my friends in Japan say, I say, you know, naze desu ka? What do you say that for? And they go, because that's just the way it is in Japan. It's like, okay, got it. So
okay,
it's cho chon ga chon. And a lot of times you'll see it split up. So you start cho chon facing inside, and then ga chon facing outside. Okay? Any more questions?
No, that's good.
I'll have you all speaking Japanese here in no time at all.
We're ready.
Alrighty. Now, the next one we're going to do, I'm going to grab a quick drink of water. Hope you guys got your water bottles handy. Yay! Okay. The next one we're going to do is Hiroshima Ondo. Many of the movements in Bon Odori come from Buyo. So you'll still see these movements in the Buyo dances, which are all performance dances, and in the Bon Odori, which is just folk dancing. There's a couple in here that you will see, and I'm going to teach you the name of one. I have found with my dancers that rather than try and go like this and call out what it is that I'm doing, which is pretty hard, some of these movements, I teach them a name for the movement. So this is Soa Ake. Now if you want to get really technical, it's Soa Ake Kazashi, but I left off the Kazashi part. So we're Soa, 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 and it's S-O-E, pronounced Soe. Okay, and Ake. Okay, A-K-E. Alrighty? The other movement that we're going to do, which is very different, and in the 35 years I've been dancing Bon Odori, I have only seen it in one dance. And that's including watching Buyo dancing and so forth. It's called it's got a Japanese name that's about this long. But one of the dancers, one of the teachers in Hawaii called it pole the boat. And what it is in Japan, you've got a lot of canals. And they will move a lot of the food and the goods down the canals. And they've got flatboats. So in order to go down the canals, you've got a big long pole that you grab onto, and you stick it in the mud, and it propels the boat. So this movement starts out with so I'll start with my back to you, but then you go around. Now I'm facing back in the dance, and you just pivot around and you step and you grab onto the pole all at the same time, and then you push it down into the mud. Okay? And then you turn around this way and you grab onto the pole and push it into the mud. Okay? So those are two. There's a lot of other Buyo type steps. So you're wiping your brow is a Buyo step. Going back and back is a Buyo step. A lot of them. I would say the majority of Bon Odori movements are from Buyo. Historically, what happened is you had kabuki. Kabuki is a lot of very definitive movements with music that fit into plays. So you'll have some play, and then you'll have a buyo dance, or kabuki dance, and a play, and then a kabuki dance. Buyo, but the women couldn't do that. So women can't do kabuki. So in buyo, they developed buyo so the women could do kabuki dances. And those are all performance dances, and they're all music and dancing together. There's no play in there anywhere. So then when Bonodori came along, and Bonodori's been around for years, but what happened is the buyo teachers started being also the Bonodori teachers, and that's what happened with Sahomi. She was a buyo teacher. She also taught Bonodori, and so just automatically the movements became more buyo. Then, you know, and it gave the dance definition. Okay, so this one, it starts out with 8 count, and then you do cut and shon, and then it's so ake, so ake, so ake, so ake, back, back, and then you do the pull the boat. So don't pay attention to the rug at this point unless I fall over. So you pivot around, and you grab your pole and go down. Then you pivot back around, grab your pole, and go down. And then you shade, shade, double circle right, double circle left, and then cut and chone, and then starting all over again. So I'm going to come back over here. You can see it again from the front. Okay? All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cut and chone. Cut and chone. And so ake, so ake, so ake, so ake, back, back, turn, pull the boat, turn, pull the boat, and shade, shade, double circle right, double circle left, cut and shone. So it again. So ake, so ake, so ake, so ake, back, back, turn, pull the boat, turn, pull the boat, shade, shade, double circle right, double circle left, cut and shone, and so ake, so ake, so ake, so ake, back, back, turn, pull the boat, turn, pull the boat, shade, shade, double circle right, double circle left, cut and shone. So ake, so ake, so ake, so ake, back, back, turn, pull the boat, turn, pull the boat, shade, shade, double circle right, double circle left, cut and chone. So ake, so ake, so ake, so ake, back, back, turn, pull the boat, turn, pull the boat, shade, shade, double circle right, double circle left, cut and. Is that making any sense?
So far. Is this it? Ah, you're doing great, Chris. You're doing wonderfully. Thank
All right,
you.
okay. Turn on the music. All right. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cut and chone. So ake, so ake, so ake, so ake, back, back. Pull the boat, pull the boat. Shade, shade, double circle right, double circle left, cut and chone. Shake, shake, double circle right, double circle left, cut, take, so boom, shake, shake, double circle right, double circle left, so, back, back, boom, boom, shake, double circle left, jump, That's another thing with Japanese dance is oftentimes the music and the dancing won't end at the same time. Actually, it drives me nuts. I went from being an accountant to being a database geek, and everything's got to match, right? Matchy, matchy. So when it doesn't, I go, but that's all right. In theory, I'm learning patience. Always a good thing. Okay, any questions?
Everybody's loving it. We saw a lot of people dancing.
Alrighty.
And they're telling people to come to the NFO and see Chris again in Portland on April 2nd to the 6th.
Yes. Although this time, the first time I'm there, I get to do more talking. So
okay.
You'll get a bunch of history, but not all of Japanese dance. All right, the last one we're going to do, unless you want to try and squeeze in an extra, is called Zumpa. Zumpa was done in late 70s, early 80s, and I believe it came out on a 45. So I know some of you know what 45s are, the 45 records with the big hole in the middle. This is, the lyrics talk about a girl and a boy, brother and sister, chatting to each other about home and school and friends and all that kind of good stuff. Zumpa, the word, means pretty much nothing. The PDF that I wrote up on this, I included a translation and some explanation by one of the Buddhist ministers down in Hawaii. So, but it's supposed to be this jazzy new word that gets all the kids excited. It didn't work terribly well, but that's just the way it goes. It's a very, very simple dance, and this one goes counterclockwise. Most dances go clockwise, but this one goes counterclockwise. So we're going to be going this direction. So I'm going to get on this side to show you the steps. I'm going to move I'm going to move the center of the dance floor over just a bit so I'm not tripping on the center of the dance floor. All right, so this one starts out, you kind of just stand there and clap until the singing starts, and then you do 2 steps to the right and 2 claps up to the right, and then 2 to the left, clap, and then you do it again. You do 4 of each of these things, clap, clap, and then you go around 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so what you're doing is you're going from in the circle to facing outside the circle. Okay, 3/4 turn. And at that point you go, and then you do, okay, so, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, clap. It's a space and then clap. And then you go towards the inside of the circle. This will be a full turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what you're doing, all right, let me get this straight. I gotta dance it, sorry. Okay, Zumpa, dum, 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 and then you go 1, 2, 3, and clap, facing outside, and then 1, 3, and clap, facing inside. So the first turn's 3/4, the second turn's a full turn. So you're facing outside the circle. Now, if you have a yukata or a kimono that's got long sleeves, you grab your sleeves and swish them back and forth. If you're like me and you're wearing a hoppy coat or just a t-shirt, you go 1, 2, 3, turn, and then left, 2, 3, and right, 2, 3, and left, 2, 3, and then you start in all over again. Clap, 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 and then right, 2, 3, and clap, left, 2, 3, and clap, and then sway, 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 and you do it all over again. Okay? Very, very, very simple. Sorry I messed up the first few steps. I can't seem to dance without either singing or listening to the music. Just doesn't register. Okay. Any questions? We're good. All right.
Right.
the bum bum.
That's wonderful. So you have gotten through all of your dances, or is there?
I've got one more that I can throw in.
No, do it tomorrow.
Alrighty.
Because
well, tomorrow I've got another full schedule, so but that's okay. If you guys go up online and you look for Zumpa online at YouTube, the video you find up there, the teaching video, is garbage. I did it during the pandemic, and obviously my head wasn't working very well. I looked at it again and I thought, holy smokes, that's not good at all.
So Chris,
okay.
How about if you dance one of the dances that you taught today? I think a lot of people already know Tanko Bushi, so maybe choose one of the others so they can get more practice at
Soran
another.
Bushi, we could do Hiroshima Ondo again.
Okay, whatever.
That's probably the trickiest of all of them.
Okay, that would be great.
That sound okay?
Sure.
Sounds great.
All right. Are you ready? Quick drink of water. When we do Obon, it's usually the first Saturday in August. And there are a lot of times that it's 90 plus. One year we danced in 104. So I got very good at drinking water. All righty. Hiroshima Ondo. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, cut and so. Shade, double circle, right. Hiroshima Ondo
Oh, Chris, that's wonderful.
There's a translation of this song up on our website. And it also will be in a PDF that's in the teacher's resource or syllabus or wherever Cricket put it.
We'll make sure everybody knows. So,
okay.
Just clarifying on direction of travel, you did say that Zumpa is one of the very few Obon dances that goes clockwise, right?
Clockwise. Everything else pretty much goes counterclockwise.
Great. That's great. Well, you're
no
clearly
idea why.
Once you wind up in one direction, you have to unwind in the other after a while.
As my Japanese friends would say, that's just the way we do it in Japan. So it's like, okay.
Exactly.
So, Chris, I have a quick question. When people are dancing these dances, what are they wearing?
Just about anything they happen to have on their bodies. So,
okay, not a specific costume?
No, in California, they tend to wear more yukatas and hoppy coats than jeans and so forth. But I've seen a lot of jeans showing up down in California.
Okay.
So I wear a hoppy coat because it's easier to maneuver in that. It's bright red because my dancers, I got a really pretty blue one. And the dancer said, but we can't see you. So it's like, okay, so they made me this bright red one. But people wear jeans and t-shirts, they wear cutoffs and Birkenstocks, you know, whatever people are comfortable in.
Because people were writing in chat that, oh, I should have worn my kimono. Oh, I have to bring my kimono to NFO, you know, things like that.
Okay, well, not when I'm dance teaching.
If they have room in their luggage.
That's right. The main idea is just to have fun.
Chris,
yes, absolutely.
Exactly right.
And Chris, your dances were wonderful. Everybody loved them. And will you stay on to answer some actually clothing questions or whatever?
Sure.
Okay, you can read the chat and see what people wrote and the questions.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, down in the Bay Area. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and so yes, we're moving on.
So we're going to have
Obies, you can't breathe in, but obies, that's the belt around the middle, but they're very good for stowing things. So you can stick your uchiwa in there, you can stick your sensu in there, you can stick your tenagui in there.
All right. Okay. So we have some announcements between the hours here, and the first one relates to Chris's second class. As soon as we have that up ready, we'll start talking about it. And we're just waiting for it to come around on the guitar. Here we go. So this is a dance accessory for Chris's dance class tomorrow, and it's just a dish towel. Well, if you have anything like that. So I'm not going to pronounce this because I probably will get it wrong, but it's just a tenagui. It's just a long dish towel. It's usually about 13 by 3 feet. Many people have them in their kitchens. So we'll grab those, and anything that you have will be fine.